have failed.
No, you are just needed elsewhere.
Spread the spores. Hello, 'tis I, Chevalian, and welcome to Watercraft. That's right, folks. Your little shroom is on Watercraft. We're on an SMP! Ah! Okay. If you don't know, Watercraft is a Bedrock server. And we're just, I don't know, hanging out, having fun. Everyone has a different reason for being stuck on this island. But we're all stuck here. Here's relative, not just this island, the general area. But, yeah. Let me introduce you to the crew. We've got Fells, who's slightly crazy and sometimes possessed. Dan, a cursed pirate with way too many cannons. Just way too many cannons. Dan's brother JJ, who's kind of just shows up and makes a giant farm in like 0.2 seconds. Nobody knows how he does it. You just one day you show up and there's a farm. Just like, boom, farm. Bean, who probably runs the side business of candy dealing. Not drugs, literal candy, like candy. There's Gigi, who's kinda sorta married to a Ravager named Buff Etho. IDK, what's going on there? We've got Aries, who's a siren. Like the mermaid creature, not the kind of siren. And she's based with a shell cultist named Ophidian. There's June, who has some weird things going on in her basement. Olive, who's probably smarter than all of us combined, and I believe to be secretly a celestial being, but that's just my opinion. Cody, who's the most watery person on the Watercraft, surprisingly, and likes to be roasted alive in the sun. And last but certainly not least, Mazel, who hates musicals and fungi, but chose to live next to a theater kid mushroom. Guess who that one is? Guess who the theater kid mushroom is? I bet you can't guess. Now that you've met everybody, how would they all do in a zombie apocalypse? That's the question I'm asking myself. So I'm going to play some time-lapse footage here, and I'm going to yabba-dabba-doo about what every person on Watercraft would be, what their role would be if we all ended up in a zombie apocalypse together. And so I found a little, thingy on Pinterest where it has all the little, this person's this job and this person's this job. And I'm just gonna tell you who I chose for which jobs and why. Okay, first up, we got team leader. When I interpret team leader, I'm thinking leadership, obviously. And I'm also thinking you have the ability to command respect, and that is Cody. Cody demands respect. Cody gives off, I am the nicest, fluffiest marsh, but I take no shit. And so Cody is our team leader. Next up, Brawler. I hear Brawler, and I think this person just charges at the zombies. They aren't waiting for a weapon. Maybe they're grabbing a stick, but they're just going full brute force at them. And that person is Fell. Fells is a fight me kind of person. He's not waiting for nothing. He's like, I see enemy, come at me, bro. And he's just going. Next is weapons expert, and this is Dan, mostly based off of vibes. But Dan just gives off, I can figure out anything if I want to figure it out. So I feel like he would be like, sit down, figure out a gun, and be like, I can make a gun. And then he makes a whole damn bunch of guns. It's mostly based off of vibes, but Dan is weapon expert. End of story. Next, brains. Brains is Olive. Olive is the brains. I said this in my intro, but Olive is smarter than all of us. And Olive will be the one who's like, okay, don't eat that. You're gonna die if you eat that. And like, no, the strategic route is to do X, Y, and Z. Olive is the one leading us all to victory because Olive is smart. Okay, enough said. Medic. Medic is Bean. Bean is the one who's like gonna make sure nobody dies. Because I think just give off like the I'm gonna be able to save your life kind of vibe. Like, I trust my health with Bean. Just saying. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. Next, Joker. When I hear Joker, the way I interpret it is prankster. Person who's making sure, the comedic relief, so to speak. The one who is making sure everybody isn't going completely insane and serious because they're in a life-threatening situation. It's just making a little light of the situation. But not too much like that everyone gets put in danger. And that's June. June is the Joker. June is the person who's just putting a creaking under your bed because they know you can handle it, but it's funny as hell. Okay. The getaway driver. Mazel. Mazel is the getaway driver. And let me explain. Because this one is mostly hypotheticals and because badassness. Okay. Mazel, I can clearly see Mazel sitting in a car that they made from scraps and found materials. And they're sitting in that car, leaning out the window, waiting for everyone to come back from their little, like, quest to get supplies from, like, a zombie horde. And so picture this, everyone's running towards Mazel in the car. And Mazel's sitting there with sunglasses on and a leather black jacket and is sitting there with their arm on the windowsill of the car and is looking out while everyone runs with zombie hordes behind them and jump in the back of the car and they're like, go, go, go. And Mazel's just like calmly grabs the steering wheel, looks ahead, pushes up their sunglasses and floors it like a complete killer. And they're just running over zombies and just going. Just insane. That is Mazel, and Mazel is the getaway driver. Okay, next, the self-sacrifice. This is Aries. Aries is the compassionate heart of the group. Aries is the one who's like, there's a dramatic scene, and Aries is like, you must go without me. Dun, 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 dun. I'm dramatic running into the sunset towards the zombies right now. I'm Aries in this situation. Dun, 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 dun. And Athenian's like, no! And it's like, it's dramatic and it's gorgeous and it's cinematography. Yes. Aries is self-sacrifice. I love you, Aries. You're great. Okay. The craftsman. This is Ophidian. Ophidian literally can't make anything. Literally, the cosplays that Ophidian makes are insane. I would trust Ophidian with the one who is making all the stuff. You need a new hammock. Ophidian's got that hot glue gun out and is making that hammock. You need a mushroom hat. Ophidian's making that mushroom hat. Ophidian's the craftsman. Hands down. Demolitionist. This is Gigi. Why? Because Gigi... Okay, does anyone know that scene from the animated Addams Family? The one where it's Pugsley at his, like, swordsmanship thing, but he's a demolitionist, and he's got, like, bombs strapped to him, and he's, like, doing this dramatic thing where he's, like, running, and it's, like, and it's the song, like, don't mess with me, you're messing with my fam, that song, and he's just running, throwing bombs. That's what Gigi gives me. I can imagine Gigi with bombs strapped to her chest, just running and tossing them at people and laughing hysterically as she just throws bombs at zombies, and she just runs and, like, jumps off a cliff, and there's a giant boom behind her, and then she, like, rolls and saves herself. Gigi's demolitionist. Totally demolitionist. Okay, last but finally not least, probably least, the guy who dies first. That one's easy. That one's me. I've been on this server for a solid 2 weeks, and I probably died more than the people who were here when it started. I can't live for my life. I am on the verge of death every 5 seconds, no matter whether it's IRL or in-game. We have no survival skills in this household. I am dead for sure. Okay, those are all my zombie apocalypse team thingies. That's who everyone would be. If you have any thoughts, if you have any, but maybe this person will do this, let me know in the comments. I'm open. I can be pursued. I can be swayed. And I kind of rambled this whole time. So this was my ADHD being ADHD. I hope you enjoyed. Okay. I'm sending you hearts with my hands. And I hope you all have wonderful days. Goodbye.